Yep, it sure will. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Go back to drawing my pet chapter. This is absolutely that's a pet shop.
That long poem to read. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Nice
How's it
seeing
going?
you. Good. Good. Thanks for leading worship. Yeah, let's go. It's okay. Cool. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's stand up in your spirit and sing together the number 1003 in the Theo hymnal, which is Where Do We Come From? That's a round. We're not going to do as a round though. We're going to do a little bit different. So, I want you to pick whatever line you want to sing. We have 4 lines. We will have 4 people representing the lines. So, let's put that in order. Line number 1. So, switch please. Thank you. Line number 2. Line number 3. And line number 4. Okay? So just look at me. I'm doing this. Line number 1 goes. Then number 3. Number 1. Okay? You're going to play a little bit, going in and out and playing with the volumes. It's going to be a little fun. Okay? So let's make sure we know the lines. Thais, can you guide us through line number 1? What are we? Where are we? One more time. Line number 2. One more time. Line number 3. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Number 4. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Line number 1. Are we? Where are we? Hey, where do we come from? Where are we three.
Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery.
One more time.
Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery.
3 and 4.
Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a
Number 3 and 2.
mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery.
Number 1, 4. Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we? One more time. Where do we come from? Where are all the voices? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do no, very soft. Soft. Number 2, a little more. Life is a riddle and a mystery. 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 Life is a riddle and a mystery. Good job. You all should be singing in the choir.
You can be seated.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Second Unitarian Church. I am Berlinda Brown, a member of the Anti-Racism Multicultural Ministry Committee, and my pronouns are she and her. Today, we are in person at the Admiral at the Lake at Second Unitarian Church Sanctuary and continue to meet via Zoom. We're glad that you are here, whichever way you are attending. If you are in the sanctuary and would benefit for noise canceling headphones, we have one pair for adults and one pair for children. Please see our tech team in the back. As we navigate needs for health and wellness, particularly related to COVID, we welcome you to wear masks. We have masks available at the table as you enter the building. We especially welcome newcomers and visitors this morning. Finding a new community and making new connections can be challenging. Please know that we're excited to have you and looking forward to getting to know you. Coffee hour and snacks are available in the Palmer Room, which will be provided by ARM. Just outside of the sanctuary, you also can go upstairs to the loft for more space. An elevator is available. Please remember to bring your plates, cups down to the kitchen. One way to get to know new people and see new friends is to help with cleanup in the kitchen following coffee hour. We can always use more hands. Friends, we want to remind everyone that the sound of children are always welcome during our services. Our worship today is led by Reverend Jason along with Rayan as worship associates. Music is provided by the 2U Music Ministry. Our time together requires a large group of people who make our services possible. Religious education, music, and technical production. Following the service today, Reverend Jason will lead a community circle discussion about the impact of white supremacy culture on congregational life. This will be a space for listening, sharing, and no shame or punishment. It is a time to learn and build a transformed community together. As we greet our neighbors, let us do so by offering a high five. Did you know that the high five was invented and popularized in 1977 by Glenn Burke, the first openly gay player in Major League Baseball? His legacy is kept alive with this universal symbol of celebration and greeting. This is the time to take a moment and greet our neighbors.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and for this we live. To you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation, a community of children, youth, and adults, a people of many beliefs and traditions, but not by the specific list of things we believe, but by the values we share, where we keep love at the center. Whether you are joining us for the first time or for the 1000th time, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God some of the time, all of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God's, whatever your race, whomever you love, whichever way you move in the world, however much money is in your pocket, you are welcome here. I invite you, when you feel ready, to take a breath in and out. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our congregational hymn, Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come to me. Sing my heart, of compassion, blow in the wind, raise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life a shape of justice. Boots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Please remain risen and join me in reciting our covenant. We covenant to build a community that challenges us to grow and empowers us to honor the truth within ourselves. We will be generous with our gifts and honest in our communication, holding faithful to a love that embraces both diversity and conflict. Called by our living tradition, we will nurture spirituality within a vision of the eternal, living out our inner convictions through struggles for justice and acts of compassion.
You can be seated. In just a moment, Lumi here in the sanctuary and Harris at the Admiral will light our chalices, the symbol of our faith. And we light our chalices this morning with these words from author Allison Richman. And I saw for the first time how, despite the isolation of our own lives, we are always connected to our ancestors. Our bodies hold the memories of those who came before us, whether it is in the features we inherit or a disposition that is etched in our souls. As our flame burns brightly this morning, let us honor the many who have come before us. Thank you, choir. How blessed are we to get to hear you. Such a pleasure. Thank you. I would like to invite Audrey Martin, David Martin, Christy Grant to come and join me on the chancel, please. Audrey, yesterday you celebrated your graduation from Jones College Prep. This is an incredible accomplishment. So many years of education, so many years of connecting with friends from what I know, endless extracurriculars, or so it seems. So many years of experiences that are part of what anchors who you are. I feel blessed that 2U has been part of this journey with you. I'm grateful for the time we got to spend in Boston as part of the Coming of Age program. I'm grateful you got to experience Sunday school here and have chosen to look after some of our youngest. Your voice in the choir inspires us and helps us to connect more deeply as a congregation. It was a joy and an honor for me to connect with you as part of one of your school projects. I loved getting to work on a sermon with you and your dad that you chose for me. And I'm excited for you to be part of the living tradition of Unitarian Universalism. You are not simply an essential part of the future of our faith, you are essential right now. I hope your faith can be part of what sustains you as you go on to your next adventure. One of the things I know for certain is that your parents are incredibly proud of you. And I wanted to offer an opportunity for them to share with our congregation and you some words.
I'll start. There you go. Audrey, when you were born, I wasn't sure I would ever sleep because I wanted to watch over you every second. But even as a baby, you always seemed confident and determined, and I did eventually sleep. It's been an incredible joy helping guide you as you learn, grew, and matured. Now, as you graduate high school and move on to Copenhagen and then Purdue, I'll be watching from afar and cheering you on. I can't wait to see how you amaze us next.
I would be too nervous, so I had to write it down. I'm so proud of you, Audrey. Celebrating you through music today, because music runs deep in your soul. Yep. That first clip was the music the moment you were born. The second clip is from the music you sang proudly as a young child.
Baby, there's no other superstar, you know that I'll be paparazzi. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? 'Cause I know that it's delicate.
That third was with the music you performed a dance routine to with your best friend in grade school. And this last clip is from the music that you are loving now. I'm so excited to see you in your next best step.
You're going to stick up here a little bit longer. Beloved congregation, whether you've known Audrey for many years, whether you've taught her Sunday school, whether you've sung beside her in the choir, or whether you're just getting to bear witness to her brilliance today, she is part of your faith community. Audrey is headed off to college, and it's time for us to say farewell and send her with our love. Please join me in reading this blessing for Audrey. Audrey, we are honored to have joined you on our shared Unitarian Universalist faith journey. You will always have a place here amongst us. Unitarian Universalism will be part of who you are. You may find yourself in another congregation. You may find yourself living out your values in other ways. No matter what you do, know that you are loved always. Audrey, take the blessing of this community with you. We're here when you need us, even as this community changes. You'll be missed, and we are better off because of your choice to be part of us. And I know that you know that the anvil is a symbol of our congregation and has been since the very beginning of who we are. And so I have a little anvil for you to take with you. So please take us with you wherever you go. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. You all can go to your seats. I apologize, Techie, I'm doing this wrong. Can you help me? I'm hitting them. Is this working? I apologize. Roman's going to save me. You're all very patient. I am a neo-Luddite. I don't know how to do these things. Not my fault. Not my fault. While this is happening, I invite those who are young in age or young in spirit to come join me on the chancel.
Oh, runaway battery. Runaway battery. Keep out of reach of children.
Free batteries. Thank you, sir. Here we go. Wonderful. Excellent. Can I get y'all to scoot a little bit back? A little bit back. A little bit back. You're not doing what I'm saying at all. A little bit back. Amazing. Thank you. Wow, look at you all this morning. It's so exciting to see you. Indeed, I have a wonder box, but I'm going to be in charge of it because I like being in charge. So I'm curious if you can tell me somebody, anybody at all, that you look up to. Who's someone you look up to? Yeah. My sister. Your sister, absolutely. Who do you look up to? Your grandmother? Yeah. Lumi, who do you look up to? Your mom. Anybody else? Who do you look up to? Yeah, Jack. Who do you look up to? Your mom. Absolutely. Wonderful examples. Malachi, who do you look up to? Your friends. Absolutely. These are great examples. Yes, Harry, who do you look up to? Up to your baby sister. Absolutely. Those who are younger than us, we can also look up to them for sure. Yes, who do you look up to? Up to your friend Lena. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear these examples. So I have a few examples of people that I look up to. And has anyone heard the word ancestors before? Yeah. What's an ancestor? You can all kind of shout it up.
Ancestor is someone who lived a long time ago that like in your family.
Lived a long time ago, might be in your family.
A very old person.
A very old person is what I heard from that, because everyone understandably was chuckling with us. Say again? Who happens to be related to you? Yes, one more. A person who starts your family. Your own family. So those are amazing examples of ancestors. There are also ancestors who we choose, people who we think of who shape who we are, and we think of them as those who came before us, who are still part of who we are. And so I want to share with you some examples of ancestors that I think of as part of myself. So, Lumi, can you show people that picture? So this is a guy named Aidan Ballou. He was a Universalist, so part of our religion. Can someone tell me the name of our religion? We did this a couple weeks ago. Yes. That's the name of our church, absolutely. What is the name of our religion? Yeah. Yep. Unitarian Universalism. Brilliantly done. I'm so glad. So Aidan Ballou was part of our history. He came up with this idea, or really popularized an idea, made other people hear about it, that the universe, or God, was so loving that everybody, always and forever, got to go to heaven. That was his idea, that everybody had all the love and were held in love no matter what. Very important vision. Malachi, can you show people that picture? This is a woman named Assata Shakur. She was part of an organization called the Black Panther Party that was fighting for racial justice all around our country and figuring out who we could be as people and how we could do justice together. Want to show another one? Can you show this picture to everybody? There we go. This is a guy named Sitting Bull, and he was part of an indigenous nation, an American Indian nation, who defended their land and protected their community and did what they needed to try to take care of the people in their nation. And can you share this last one? This is Alice Wong. She recently passed away. She's a recent ancestor for us, and she was a disability liberation activist who ensured that people with disabilities were listened to, honored, and celebrated in all that they do. And so she was vital for changing some of the ways that we think about the ways that people with disabilities shape movements. She was vital to who we are. So these are some of our ancestors, people who make us up. Even if we're not related to them by blood, they continue to be the shoulders that we rest upon for the rest of our lives. And you too, one day, all of us, we will all also be ancestors, shaping the future for people who are yet to come. Thank you all so much, and we are going to sing as you head off to your classes. So each year, as I remind you week after week, we make a commitment, a pledge to support the ministry of this, our congregation. In addition to this commitment and pledge that we make each year, we take a collection on Sunday morning so that we can share resources with those doing justice work well beyond our walls. In a moment, you will see a phone number on your screen, which you can use to do text to give, if you'd like to give that way. In the sanctuary, we will also pass around a plate into which you can put your change, your cash, or checks. And for the month of May, we are sharing our plate with the Unitarian Universalist Mental Health Network, which provides education and organizing efforts for UUs to engage in mental health advocacy. On the last Sunday of the month, we hear from a leader in our congregation about opportunities for you to get involved in our church efforts. And so we have another piece from a leader in ARM. And I don't remember who's actually doing, Berlinda, coming back up.
ARM means Anti-Racism Multicultural Ministry, and it's spelled the UU way, of course, of ARMM. At Second Unitarian Church, we work toward racial inclusiveness environment within our church walls. Our projects have been book clubs, Chicago Black History bus tours, guest speakers, workshops, and video. And in the fall, we're planning something really, really special. Can't tell you. Our work is important for building a structure within our walls of culture change at Second Unitarian. Now, on the back of your order of service, our next meeting is going to be June 16th, and we do it by Zoom. So if you're interested, let me know so I can send you out an email with more detailed information. That's it.
Now, I invite you to join me in reading our offertory words. This church is the community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to the life of this community, we affirm it and enable its participation in the larger world around us. The offering will now be generously given and gratefully received.
Now I invite you to join me in the spirit of prayer or meditation. Let's begin by breathing together. As you take a breath in and your body expands, know you deserve to take up space in this world. Your body is sacred. Your breath is necessary. You are part of shaping this world we live in. So breathe. May we allow gratitude to shower us and bless ourselves with a sense of thanks. Thankful for the breath in our lungs, the beauty of our earth, and the strength of this, our community. We hold in our hearts those who care for family in ill health, those who live with grief or chronic pain, those struggling with addiction or illness, seen and unseen. We are with you. For parents and teachers and all those whose primary spiritual practice is caring for children, we are with you. We pray for our neighbors in prison, for those who are struggling to stay afloat in the midst of poverty. And as ICE continues its attacks around this country, we hold our immigrant and refugee family close to our hearts, knowing that we continue to be with them. We pray for all those living in harm's way. As war and genocide continue, we pray that wisdom, compassion, and empathy guide the leaders of our world. May they and we be instruments of a just and lasting peace. We pray for our planet, and we commit to work that will lead us away from the harms of climate chaos. Our lives are blessed by those who are encountering the final stages of life. We offer prayers of comfort and care, knowing this journey is far from easy. Into this, our shared silence across space, I invite you now to speak aloud the names of anyone you wish to lift up into the loving support of our community. With our deepest compassion, let us hold in our hearts those named and unnamed, those remembered and those forgotten. Let it be so. Amen, and blessed be. During our ritual of lighting candles for joys and concerns, we want to continue to take care of ourselves and one another. Here in the sanctuary, I will invite you forward in a moment to light a candle. And as you end your time of contemplation and candle lighting, I invite you to use the hand sanitizer that's available. For those of us at the Admiral, I invite you to come forward, take a stone from one bowl, hold it in your hand, putting your energy into that stone, and then knowing your joys and sorrows to be shared by this community, let it go lightly into the other bowl. And for those of us on Zoom, I invite you to join in by sharing your joys and concerns in our chat window. We hold all of these, our shared joys, celebrations, concerns, and sorrows close to our hearts. Micah, would you share our reading, please?
Our reading this morning is a poem entitled Dear Ancestors by Barry Patterson. When I think of you, I do not think of crumbling bones slowly returning to the native earth, nor the plague pit, nor the cemetery, nor forgotten mound. I see you dancing and singing on your hills and in your halls. I do not see the smoke of the funeral pyre, nor the lost village hidden beneath the fields. I greet your learning and your wisdom every day, in the garden, the kitchen, when I take up my work. When we stand by your stone before dawn, old friends and family, some long gone, some unknown, you seem to stand with us as we acknowledge our shared heritage in this not quite forgotten place. I do not deny your suffering, dear ones, but I honor and thank you for the sacrifices you have made for myself and for those with whom I share my world. My world of such freedoms and wonders which you could never have known. My world of such terrors and delights which would have made you shout. Beloveds, I can hear you weep in both sadness and joy. Likewise, I can hear you laugh in both delight and horror. But when you come to my side, I see that you are smiling, encouraging me to be brave and wise, as learned, joyful, and true as you were. No more nor less. People of the land following the path of life, should we be spurred by fear, anger, pity, shame, or pain, or by delight in the depth and richness, complexity and danger of the life that we have inherited from you?
I trust the movement, I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm made of lightning, I'm made of dirt, yeah, made of the fine things. My father taught me that I'm a speck of dust and the world was meant for me, so let's go and try our luck, said. I've got my roots down, 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 down deep. I've got my roots down, 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 down deep. I've got my roots down, down, down deep. I've got my roots down, down, down deep.
Thank you so much. So after the Unitarian Universalist Association defunded the National Youth Ministry and Youth and Young Adult Anti-Racism Program Groundwork in 2008, I left all National Unitarian Universalist organizing. I was angry. I was hurt. I was confused, I felt let down, I felt like my faith community was abandoning the values I held closest. I was unable to push back, I felt the need to leave. 5 years later, Alandria Williams, former co-moderator of the UUA and visionary Unitarian Universalist leader who died just over 5 years ago, she asked me to attend General Assembly for a panel on prisoner solidarity. I had a complete inability to say no to anything Alandria asked me to do. So off to General Assembly I went. I don't actually remember much of that national conference. I don't remember the panel I was on. I do, however, remember the closing worship. I went to the service by myself. I sat close to the back in a seat right by the door so I could sneak out if I got annoyed, which I'm certain none of you have ever done before. That day, however, I couldn't have been more wrong about that possible expectation. Reverend Josh Pollock delivered the sermon at this service. It's an incredible honor, a big responsibility to give the sermon at what is the largest Unitarian Universalist worship service that happens in a year. I imagine any preacher would feel intimidated. I imagine even the best preachers get anxious. As I listened, Reverend Josh's words washed over me in a way I am unsure I ever felt before then. I needed to be ministered to, and I was. My hurt, anger, sense of betrayal, it still wasn't gone in that moment. And Reverend Josh offered answers to some of my pain. The sermon was about being worthy of being ancestors. Yes, we are all going to die. The question, though, is whether or not we will be part of the effort to create the world the generations after us will long for. We may not see this world come to be. In fact, it's highly likely that we will not. The spiritual calling, the religious invitation, the theological directive is that we live in a way that strengthens our shoulders, so those who come after us have something solid to rest upon. We need to be worthy of their trust. We need to be grounded so that they have somewhere to rise from. The UUA may have failed to resource that which I believed in most. Unitarian Universalism, however, our theology, this faith, it never left me. If I was to be worthy of being an ancestor, if I was to be another set of shoulders in the foundation for those yet to come, I needed to answer the call I was hearing to return to this faith in new ways. I wanted to be worthy. I was coming to know once again that there was a pledge we were making to one another. We do not journey alone. Our service this morning, my sermon is split up with music. And so I invite us to sing the first verse of our hymn. Share with you some words, excuse me, from LaToya Baldwin Clark's essay, "We are not our ancestors' wildest dreams. We are our ancestors." She writes, "This linear conception of time is fiction. Advances in science show that time is not linear and our history is not in the past. Of course, we have the moment of our birth that cannot be reclaimed, and the moment of our death, which marks the end of living in this corporeal body of ours. But in between, we create time as a construct around which we organize important parts of our lives. We remember some things and forget others. And those things that we remember form our history, our stories, our understanding of who we are today. It is in our remembrance that we give those experiences power to push us forward as we interpret them to tell the story of our present. And the stories we tell ourselves, she says, about our now gives us power to interpret the past, as to see how it will all fit into our future. On whose shoulders do you rest? Do you have ancestors of blood or choice who help you understand the now and imagine a future? Can you recognize that the stories you hold of these ancestors keep them alive here and now? Their bodies as they were may be gone, but their impact lives on. What do you remember? Which stories have you been told that ground you as you live in the present moment while making way for a transformed future. I have a sticker on my computer of a big bearded white man with very blue eyes. He looks right at people in the coffee shop who happen to sit across from me while I write sermons and respond to emails. From time to time, someone will point at my decorated laptop, a decorated laptop that's so appropriate for me as a middle-aged man, and they will ask, "Who is that guy?" I get very excited to reply, "That's John Brown," I say. I like to imagine that John Brown is one of my chosen ancestors. I know I don't live up to the same level of anti-racist liberation struggle that he did. I don't pretend to do so. Some people, if you're not familiar with him, have inaccurately credited him with firing the first shot of the Civil War. I do, though, even if that's not quite true, I like to believe that his abolitionism, his passion for collective liberation, his vision of dismantling all forms of slavery, those visions live inside me and create the foundation for me to rise from. I fall short, as we all do, and remembering him keeps him alive, and it keeps me accountable. His imperfection extends grace to my imperfection. His risk-taking pushes me to have some courage to take risks today. John Brown refused to give up throughout his life. His Christian faith sustained him as he took up arms to tear down the slaver authoritarianism. He had a kind of radical hope within him. He was hanged before seeing the end of chattel slavery. His vision, though, it continues to give me hope that the actions we take, flawed as they might be, will live on in those who come after us. Let us sing.
Words and deeds of those before us, waken here to keep us strong. Blend our voices in the chorus of creation's living song. Courage bids us lift our eyes upward to the shining skies. Hope calls us on. Hope calls us on.
Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition with incredibly complicated ancestors. There are those we can be enormously grateful for and proud of. There are those who might make us feel a bit ashamed to have connection to. In her essay, Murmurations Accountable to Our Ancestors, Adrienne Maree Brown writes, "I know in a scientific, tangible way that ancestors fill the land, are part of the dirt and the air and the water. Everyone who ever lived and died is buried or burned or otherwise deconstructed back into the matter of this world. These ancestors existed," she says, "and in the same way the matter of their bodies is part of the earth, the things they thought, their mistakes, their ignorances, their curiosities, their experimentation, their complicity, and their brilliance This is what fills the world today. This is true for Unitarian Universalists. Our Universalist Christian ancestors who were martyred in the 2nd century for proclaiming God loved all and would never send anyone to hell ever, they fill our world today. Our Transylvanian Unitarian ancestors who are credited with creating the first legal declaration of religious tolerance documented, they fill our world today. So too is the world filled with the early 19th century American Universalists who were too slow to get on board with the abolition of chattel slavery. The American Unitarians of a similar time, they too are part of us even as they ran so-called residential schools that captured indigenous people. The brilliance, the complicity, the experimentation, the curiosity, the ignorance, the mistakes, all of it is part of who we are. All religions, we are not unique. All religions are filled with beauty and devastation. All religious traditions have the parts of practitioners that we want to celebrate, and also parts of practitioners that we want to hide. Reverend Josh preached about being worthy of being ancestors, and I certainly want to be worthy of being a respected ancestor. And yet there are those whose shoulders we rest upon who created a foundation that we're going to have to whittle away. There are ancestors for whom some of us might need to take responsibility, pay reparations because of, and engage in truth-telling about. That truth doesn't make us bad, it just makes it part of our history. I love getting to celebrate the best parts of our faith. It's one of the things I enjoy most about being in the pulpit and sharing with you on Sundays. It fills me with joy. Wrestling with the hard parts isn't fun, yet necessary. As Faulkner reminds us, the past is never dead. It's not even past. This is true with the most beautiful parts of life and the most devastating. The invitation, I think, is available for us as Unitarian Universalists is to keep turning to our faith, never running from it. We call Unitarian Universalism a living tradition. If this is true, then we know the shoulders we rest upon, they are never the end of the story. We keep living. We keep transforming. Those who come after us will do the same because our faith calls us on. Let us sing.
Loyal guides in love and duty, lead us with a trusted light. Blessed are they whose inward beauty shows the path of truth and light. Honor is their earthly prize. By their work we realize faith calls us on. Faith calls us on.
I want you to think back to the questions I asked a few moments ago. On whose shoulders do you rest? Do you have ancestors of blood or choice who help you understand the now and imagine a future? I want you to bring one or two people to your mind. These ancestors, they don't need to be perfect. You do not need to love every aspect of who they are. I invite you to bring to mind one or two ancestors who guide you, root you, inspire you. If you want to, you can close your eyes as you do this. If you can, visualize them, even if they don't look exactly as they once did. As you think of or feel or maybe even see in your mind these ancestors, I invite you to embrace them with a deep sense of gratitude. These are people worthy of being ancestors. These ancestors are necessary for your survival. These ancestors are necessary for us to become part of the foundation for those yet to come. Extend your gratitude. I wonder what it might feel like for you to do this. I wonder if it feels grounding, silly, sad, inspiring. I wonder if you're thinking of family members who shaped you. I wonder if you're thinking of teachers who created a path towards knowledge for you. I wonder if you're thinking of visionary figures in history like those we talked about during our Time for All Ages. Even though I might not get to know exactly who you're thinking of, what I do know is that whoever they are, they're part of us because they're part of you. The memories you have, the ways you've been shaped by them, those are right here in our congregation. The legacy of your ancestors live on because you choose to bring them into your life. And then your choice to be part of this congregation, part of this faith, brings those ancestors into our community, whether we know them or not. All that shapes you shapes us. This is what it means to be in relationship with one another, to be part of a living tradition. The giants whose shoulders we rest upon, they rest upon other giants. They rest upon other giants. And so on until the beginning of time. We're not called to be perfect, beloveds. Our faith, Unitarian Universalism, rejects that concept. We are called to do that which we can, to learn from our mistakes, to be open to love. If the day feels easy, if the day feels exhausting, if the day feels beautiful, if it feels hard, one part of the story of these days is always the same. Our ancestors live within us. Our present lives within us. And the future lives that we may not even be able to imagine in this lifetime right now, these lives, they call us on. Let it be so. Amen. And let us sing.
And once again, life calls us on.
Life calls us on.